Oh, what's going on, my fellow deplorables? It's your boy Kevin. Welcome back to the channel. We saw Joe Biden today at the annual Easter egg hunt that the White House hosts, and he was asked by Al Roker whether or not he's going to be running for president. And let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Of the year. I was just wondering, Mr. President, will you be taking part in the Easter egg roll after 2024?
Well, I plan on at least 3 or 4 more Easter egg rolls.
At least 3 or 4 more?
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5?
maybe 6.
So
what the hell?
Are you saying that you would be taking part in our upcoming election in 2024?
Well, I'll either be rolling an egg or being the guy who's pushing them out.
Come on, help a brother out. Make some news for me.
I plan on running now, but we're not prepared to announce it yet.
All right. Well, it's so nice. Thank you for having us.
All right, so he's saying that he's planning on running for president. I don't believe that for 1 second. He's lying through his teeth, and that's nothing new. Here's why I really don't think Joe Biden will be running for president. Number one, his age. We've obviously seen mental decline.
We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
If he was to run for president again and win at the time of his inauguration in 2024, he would be 82 years old. By the time he finished his second term, he would be over 86 years old. Imagine Joe Biden 6 years from today. Can you imagine what that looks like? It's scary now, knowing that the president of the United States, the leader of the free world, has the cognitive decline that we have seen. He's obviously suffering from some form of neurodegenerative disease. He's obviously got some type of dementia going on.
All men and women created by you know the thing.
Imagine what that looks like 6 years from now. It's just not possible. It's just not physically doable. He is in a diminished capacity. That is reason number one. Reason number two is I don't think he can win. I just don't think he can win in 2024. He's done a terrible job as president. The Afghanistan withdrawal was a disaster. The economy is a mess. We're starting to see banks collapse. It is a disaster in the Biden administration right now. If you look at the most recent polling data that has came out in recent weeks, he is losing in the general election to Donald Trump, and it's really not even that close. In the general election, we have several polls that have came out over the last couple of weeks, one being a Harvard-Harris poll. It has Trump +4, Trump winning by 4 points. And then you have a Marquette poll. It has Trump and Biden tied. That's really the closest one that we've seen. A Rasmussen poll that has Trump up +7. So if you aggregate those all out and average them together, you have Trump up probably 3 or 4 points. And remember, it's an electoral college election. It's not a popular vote. In order for Trump to win, he doesn't even need to be up. He just has to win Wisconsin, Georgia, Arizona, and he's president of the United States. And if Trump is winning the popular vote, then this is an electoral college landslide. If he's winning the popular vote, he's probably winning Pennsylvania, maybe Michigan, maybe even Virginia, and definitely Wisconsin, Arizona, and Georgia. If Biden loses to Trump, that is the worst thing that could happen to his legacy. It basically cements Trump's claim that the 2020 election was a rigged job. And if he goes in after sitting out 4 years and wins the 2024 election, then he can say, look, I was right about the 2020 election. Furthermore, if you have Democrats saying that no, 2020 wasn't rigged, Trump just won 2024 straight up, that basically means that the American public are saying that Biden was a terrible president and they think Trump was a better president. So the Democrats have been crying that Trump is this demagogue, Hitler-like figure. But what does that look like to Biden if he cannot beat Trump in the general election? It makes Biden's presidency look like a failure. So if you're Joe Biden and you're seeing these polls come out and you're looking at them, you're sitting with your people, you're 80 years old, you're sitting around in the Oval Office with your staff, you're looking at these polls come out, showing you down to Trump by a sizable margin. You're probably thinking to yourself, all right, let's see what happens here for the next couple of weeks. Let's keep pushing this announcement back as long as we can. And if the polling data starts coming back my way, maybe we run. If it holds firm, we're definitely not going to run because we're not going to look like a failure. We're not going to look like a failure. We're not going to let Trump beat us. So we're just going to walk away on the high ground. And just to add to that, we also have House Republicans cracking down on Biden. And I think there's going to be some serious stuff coming out of these investigations. We've already seen some reports coming out that does not look good for Biden and the Biden crime family.
We've last spoken, we actually have bank records in hand. We have individuals who are working with our committee. In the last 2 weeks, we've met with either these individuals personally or with their attorneys. And that would be 4 individuals who had ties in with the Biden family on their various schemes around the world. So now we have in hand documents that show just exactly how the Biden family was getting money from the Chinese Communist Party. And I will tell you, it's as bad as we thought.
Okay, so you have all this money coming in. You have this money coming in while Joe Biden is the vice president of the United States. And we just had a breaking report come in via Fox News. Hunter Biden's business partners and assistants visited the White House over 80 times while Biden was a VP. Now, if this is not influence peddling, I do not know what is. Okay, so you have a guy, 80 plus years old, can barely talk, okay, wants his legacy to be cemented. He doesn't want to lose to Trump. If he loses to Trump, his legacy is out the window and he looks like a failure. He already looks like a failure, but to the extreme left, he can probably save face. He can go down as this woke social justice warrior in the White House. But if he loses to Trump, it basically decredits his entire administration. So you have that. And then you have this House Oversight Committee looking into his business dealings. Hunter Biden's business partners and assistants were visiting him while he was vice president. So Hunter Biden is making all this money. The Biden family is making all this money while Joe is in the White House as vice president. That's just fine, right? It's not fine, but it may not be illegal. Right? You can set your kid up with a job as long as you're not benefiting and as long as you're not putting your thumb on the scale. It looks bad. It's obviously bad. It shouldn't be done, but it's probably not illegal. But if Hunter's business partners are meeting with you in the White House as your vice president and you're talking with these people, you're making deals with these people, and Hunter's just the bag collector, Hunter's the face and collecting the money and then dispersing that money to you, and you're really the one calling shots, that is illegal. That is influence peddling, and that is treason. The liberals want to say that Trump is treasonous. They want to say he is this fascist, treasonous character. Well, there's no evidence that he's been doing any kind of shit like this. Joe Biden was vice president of the United States, and he was dealing influence, and that is treasonous. So as the Biden administration continues to push back the 2024 announcement, it's pretty clear what they're doing. They're biding their time. They're trying to see how all this is going to play out. How strong is Trump truly? How bad do the American people think I'm doing as president of the United States? Oh, they think I'm doing bad? I'm not going to run. Oh, the Republicans found out what I was doing as vice president? Oh, I'm not going to run. If he can't win, he's not going to run. If you see Joe Biden come out and say he's not running, it's 100% due to the fact that he cannot win. If he runs, then he probably thinks he can win. Now, I don't think he can win. I think a large portion of the Biden vote feels bad for voting for him. I think there's a lot of remorseful voters out there. So if Biden doesn't run, which I don't think he will, because I don't think he can win, who's going to run? Who's going to run, and who's going to be the Democratic pick? Who's going to be the social justice warrior to take Biden's place? Well, I think it's pretty simple, and I think you probably know who it's going to be too. It is going to be none other than this clown right here, Gavin Newsom. Let's take a look. He just released a new political ad, and it is pretty telling on what his platform is going to be.
We can't solve a problem without first identifying it. And the problem in our country right now? authoritarian leaders who are so hell-bent on gaining power and keeping it by whatever means necessary that they're directly attacking our freedoms in state after state. That's why I'm launching the Campaign for Democracy.
You're not launching a campaign for democracy if you're not running for president, or you don't think there's a high likelihood that you're going to be running for president. He thinks Biden is not going to run. He's been visiting swing states. He was in Florida last week. He thinks he's going to be running for president. So he has launched this shadow campaign where he's going to these swing states and he's trying to meet with donors and get everything ready to roll.
We're going on the road to take the fight to states where freedom is most under attack, where Republican leaders ban books, criminalize doctors, fire teachers, intimidate librarians, kidnap migrants, target trans kids, stoke racism, condone anti-Semitism, force the victims of rape and incest to carry their attacker's baby, where they ignore the will of the people. They make it harder to vote and easier to buy assault weapons. We'll help lead the fight to make sure we elect leaders in 2024 who believe in democracy.
Newsom is obviously launching some type of campaign. Maybe it's just a secondary option in case Biden doesn't run, but I don't think he is. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Joe Biden will run for president in 2024? I may be 100% wrong. I've been wrong in the past, will be wrong again. But it's looking to me like they're waiting. They're waiting to see what's going to happen. And Newsom is a dangerous candidate because he will lie, and he does it more effectively than Biden. Biden stutters over his words, hid in the basement. But Newsom speaks better. Newsom is more polished, and Newsom speaks better. He is more dangerous than Joe Biden. I love you guys. Hit that like button for me, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time.